What is up, guys? In today's video, I'm gonna share with you a crazy hack that's gonna allow you to become insanely more influential in all interactions you go into. If you can just implement this one thing, we're talking dating, we're talking sales, we're talking business, whatever you're trying to do, in whatever type of situation that you're in right now, trying to influence other people, doing this one thing is just gonna allow you to have so much more control over the situation and be able to be way more influential by just doing this one very simple thing. So what I'm talking about is basically the concept of frame control. And if you don't know what that means, basically what a frame is just kind of, I guess you could say it's almost like the status or like the dynamic between you and the other person or the other persons that you're talking with, you know? So let's say, for example, like you're out walking and like a policeman stops you in the middle of the road, you know? The policeman has a higher status in a situation. They have the dynamic between you and them is that they have a higher status and they have the frame in a situation. So because of that, you will listen to what they tell you to do. You will stop. Yes, because you trust that this person has the best interest of you in heart. And you trust them because they're higher status than you in that situation. And this is what frame is. And you can apply this exact same concept when it comes to sales, when it comes to dating, when it comes to business interactions, when it comes to friendships, all relationships, all interactions that you're in, to make yourself more influential. So I'll tell you exactly how to actually implement this and how to actually do this. So basically what it comes down to is just like the person who seems to be more certain, the person who's more kind of convinced and has more conviction is usually going to be the person who has the frame in the scenario. It could be all of the different things as well as it could be like you're the expert in the field that you're talking about. It could be just the way that you come across, the way that you communicate, your certainty, your tonality, all different things come into play. But if you look at it, for example, if you take like an example of dating, for example, a very good example of frame when it comes to dating is if you're with a woman who's constantly kind of like they're behaving in a way which you don't agree with, which you don't like. Let's say they're being like super like rude to you, or they're like not respecting your boundaries, whatever it is. What usually will happen in that case, if you have a weak frame, is that you just accept their behavior. You accept what they're doing, and that means that they take the frame because you're accepting their behavior, which means they're having like a kind of like a higher status than you, and they control the dynamic in a situation. The way to kind of take back the control in that case is if you don't accept their frame, if you don't fall into their frame, if you keep your boundaries, if you respect yourself more, meaning that you're willing to walk away if you're not treated in the right way, or like you don't accept like subpar behavior, subpar treatment, then you will probably gain the frame back in a situation. Because if you're holding your frame, you're not willing to fall in and accepting their way of behaving, they'll be forced to either walk away or accept your frame. This also works in sales. If you're on a sales call and you're speaking with someone and you have a ton of certainty, if you're speaking with someone who has a huge ego, or like they tell you that they don't have any problems and they're like everything is fine, but you come on the call with a very certain energy, it seems like you had this call thousands of times, and they can tell that you come off with a very professional vibe, the person will trust you. The person will fall into your frame. They will answer your questions. If you go to the doctor, you don't question the doctor when they ask you like where your pain is and like where you're experiencing pain. You trust them, you answer their questions because you believe that they're experts and they can help you solve your problem. This is what frame is about. So if you just implement this and go into your interactions with this in mind, and just like being aware of like the certainty that you're bringing into the situation, the tonality that you're having, and like how you're just showing up in dating, like I said, just being like having clear boundaries and like not accepting stuff that goes against it. And when it comes to sales, having certainty, sounding like an expert, sounding confident, and really you can do the same thing in friendships, all different kind of relationships, all different kind of interactions. And that's gonna help you a lot, become more influential, become more powerful, and be able to ultimately influence other people to a larger degree, so you can ultimately get what you want out of life by being better at influencing. So That's it for the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you agree, disagree, again, I'm open to having a discussion. I'm not saying that this is like the only way to do it, but this is what I found works best for me so far in my life. So that's why I'm sharing it. Leave me a thumbs up if you enjoy this type of content, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video. Take care. Ciao.